I got it from the fact of I was always wondering this, that, and how we have so many things that we can do, but we don't use them. Everything I showed you is precision that we don't use nowadays. But I want, as far as the future is concerned, I'm very futuristic and innovative. And if I see everybody being able to do this, okay, at a certain point. But the only problem is people like to see, which is good, other people do it first. Okay, it's me also. When somebody says they can do this and they can do that, I want to see. Well, look at them. You know what I mean? I mean, I look at how they look, and then I go, okay, well, I don't want to do it, or yes, I want to do it. Look at this person. You know what I mean? So that's just. But some people are not like that. Some people see it in themselves that say, wow, they understand what I'm saying, so they go, I can do that. Yes, he makes a lot of sense. And they'll go along with the program. But certain people, which is not bad or good, they need to wait to see what comes of it. So most people are waiting to see what becomes of me if I continue to accelerate or do it, and then come up with some moves that will just blow you away. Okay. That's what I see doing. Or else they'll wait until somebody else does it, okay? But anyway, I have this story, this futuristic story, and then I'm going to end it with this. As far as what I see in the future, I see everybody being able to run at least 20 miles an hour, okay? This is just one segment, okay? Not using that much energy. I mean, not after they stop running, they don't go, they just run it, okay, using hydrogen X. Okay, this is a little story for fun. And I always think about this story, a futuristic story. There's this guy who meets this girl. They fall in love, okay, and they both. And the big deal about this, what I see in the future, is that some people have holes. Some people have everybody has a few holes. What I'm saying holes is mean that they went over everything, but they didn't complete some things, and they know which ones they didn't complete. But it's such a big thing that they have to find and locate where they have the holes, because certain things they can't do, and they know the reason why they can't do it is because they didn't go through each step completely. Some of it's their fault, some of it's not their fault. And however, that's for the ones with the little holes, but there's some who have real big holes because they know they miss certain things. So this guy and this girl, they meet and they fall in love, and he seems like, from her point of view, he seems like, oh wow, he doesn't have any holes whatsoever. This guy's like great. They can do so many things together. Yes, I mean do so many things together because everything futuristic in this future world, everything is based on being able to do certain things. Like for instance, they have this park. They have these forest areas, forest running areas, and they have certain points that you can go to and finish the point to go to the next day. But they have little locations in these big forests, and the location, you have to make it to the location to where you meet other people and do things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you have to make it to the location. But to get to the location, you have to go on these running things, these running paths, okay? And people run 20 miles an hour. But only this guy has a secret. She falls in love with him. But if you meet somebody who has too many holes, that means they're going to bring you down for the things that you can do. That they're going to bring you down because you can't do certain things, okay? So everything, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do, but you're limited to your abilities, okay? So anyway, he falls in love with her, she falls in love with him, but he knows that he has a big hole, a big area to where he's not going to expose it to her because he's in love with her and she's in love with him and she's so happy. Anyway, they make it through this. They want to go on this trip, okay? And in this trip, they have to go through, like I said, this area, it's forest area, but you can't stop. If you stop in the air in certain areas, you have nothing there. You have to stay in the wilderness, okay? But if you don't have any holes or little holes, you most likely can make it to the points to get to this destination. Sometimes it's very important. So anyway, the only thing that he can't do, and he keeps a secret, is that turn on a dime. It's called turn on a dime. And turn on a dime is like going from here to here. So remember when I told you this? And then when he's running, we're going to use another term for running because it's going to be something different. Because remember, we have distance, okay? So when he's going this way at a 20 mile an hour, and this is the lowest people go, I mean, the minimum speed is 20 miles an hour, okay? He cannot go from here to there, okay? So like when you're running, if you don't have any holes, you can run and turn on a dime. So that means that they can run and then turn on a dime. But he has holes. And most of the time, you don't turn on a dime because it's so sophisticated. Okay? But he knows that she could turn on a dime. But he doesn't want to tell her that. So anyway, they plan this trip, and he looks at the location and the map and everything, and he sees that he can do it, okay? But anyway, they're running, and if they stop, they're in the wilderness, because this is a place, this is another time when they don't carry a lot of things with them, because most people can make it to the stop, okay? All the time. They have no problem whatsoever. So anyway, they start running, and all of a sudden, for some reason, I'm not going to say Sabrina because I want to finish the story, she has to turn on a dime. They're running. But we're going to say something else running when we get to that point. And they're in the middle. So that means they still have time to go to get to the first destination. And she turns on a dime. And he can't turn on a dime. Okay? And she finds that out. Anyway, they make it to the first destination, and it changes everything for the relationship, because they don't talk too much, but she knows that if she's with him, that she's going to have to help him find the hole that he's missing to turn on the dime, which is going to be very complicated. And she also has little holes that she's been trying to clear up, which she most likely will. So in order for this to have this relationship, it's going to stunt her from doing a lot of things that she can do. So she has to make a decision, and they have to make a decision, and that's where the story. It doesn't end, but that's kind of like the story of one of my stories about the future things that's going to be able to happen with the benefits from Dance Without Music. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the story, but that's what I see. Thank you very much.